All right. Happy Saturday morning, everyone. Please excuse my bedhead. It's probably the wildest it has been in a very long time, but I guess that is the price you pay when you have long hair. um, I'm unloading some groceries right now, and then I'm gonna make some coffee, and then I'm gonna make breakfast for my girlfriend and I, who is here right now, off camera. But nothing super key, I guess, that I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to still make a video because I enjoy doing it, and I think being consistent with this kind of content and everything is important. I think you guys like it, so yeah. The Safeway grocery list was not that crazy. It was mostly breakfast stuff. I would say the most unique thing that I got was these Sandwich Bros breakfast sandwiches. I've been eating this brand particularly since I was like 16. They make these little chicken melt things that are I think 160 calories, 12 grams of protein, and they were like the perfect after school snack. I remember my mom would buy them at Costco. But they make breakfast ones too, so I got some of those because I just woke up hungry today. It was one of those days where you just wake up and you're like, damn, I gotta eat. So I'm gonna have one or two of those before we start making breakfast. And the grilled cheeses last night that we made came out great. It was the white cheddar with Gruyere mix, of course, that I mentioned. And yeah, I get one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about was maybe not the importance of, but cardio and making sure you get your heart rate up. Maybe not every day, but I mean, that would definitely be awesome if it was every day. But when you're first starting off, that might not be realistic, so I get it. But I think that having some form of exercise in your day is really important. And I think that cardio is great for, I guess, if you're in a higher body fat state. Cardio is a great way to shed some fat pretty fast, along with a calorie deficit, more importantly. I guess honestly to that, if I were to speak totally to weight loss, I would say lift weights first before going into cardio. But cardio is still a great way just to get your body used to stimulus and exercise and all that kind of stuff. So my current cardio regimen is a bit on the extremer side, and it's not that extreme, but I would say in comparison to like when I'm bulking or have like a more off-season sort of thing. I don't compete or anything, so it's not really like an off-season, but I will say when I'm not cutting, I will consider that like an off-season. And that cardio is usually between like 20 to 30 minutes daily, and that can be like some like skipping rope or going on a walk or stationary bike. All pretty like moderate intensity stuff, and between 20 and 30 minutes. That's the main sort of key. But now as I'm cutting, I do 40 minutes on the stationary bike, and that's like intense, like pedaling, 40 minutes straight, and that's followed by a little ab kind of routine right after. And then, of course, I go and lift at night after work. I don't do all that on my lunch break, so then I go and lift at nighttime. But when I was 16 and I lost a ton of weight, running was the first thing I did because it was like, I know that skinny people run and blah, blah, blah. That was kind of like my logic and everything behind it. But whether it's walking, I think walking is super underrated. I think when I first got into really, really good shape, I think it was because I was walking so much. That was like one of the huge sort of just like low-hanging fruit moments, I guess, that I kind of realized. It was when I was living with my parents, and we had just moved, and the newer place had this like little trail kind of right outside. And so I would, every time I ate, I would just go on like a 15-minute walk. It was about like a mile and a quarter or so. And I would just spam that. And I got super, that was the first time I got my abs to show, was by doing all the just consistent walks and training and stuff. So yeah, don't be afraid to introduce a little cardio and increased heart ratedness into your life. I think it can do everyone a little bit good. And totally not even in just like in the gym bro sense. Like it genuinely just feels good to go out and get some sun or see some people or ignore some people and just like get your heart rate up. It always feels good. So hope you guys have a great weekend. I don't think my girlfriend and I really have any plans. I've been saying that I've been wanting to watch the How to Train Your Dragon live action movie for like the last few weekends, and we keep not watching it, so hopefully we will do that sometime this weekend. But making breakfast. Oh, we also mentioned wanting to do like a charcuterie board of sorts because Safeway, the grocery store that I live next to, currently has Wensleydale cheese, the cheese from Wallace and Gromit, which we looked for like a year ago because we had a big Wallace and Gromit phase and they didn't have it. So I don't know if it's a seasonal thing or what, but we're going to get some freaking Wensleydale cheese and we're going to have a little charcuterie board. That's going to be kind of the main thing, but yeah, it'll be a good day. If you guys have any weekend plans, comment them down in the comments section below. Oh yeah, this is actually something I've been wanting to talk about, and it's super random, but someone has been asking about my hair and how I do my hair in the comments, and what kind of haircut I get, and what I ask for at the barber. And I'm assuming because it's like all the Leon and Cyclops cosplay and stuff that I've been doing. So I would say the first things first is you got to go to a barber shop. You got to stop going to sports clips or great clips or supercuts. I've been to them all. I grew up going to all of them. So the first thing, you got to stop going to them. And I think the primary argument is people are like, but it's expensive to go to a barber shop. But I feel like the last time I went to like sports clips, it was like $25 or $30 for a haircut, and that's pretty much what you're paying now if you go to a barber shop. I feel like, of course, it always depends on your area and stuff, but go to a barber shop. That's the first step. You got to get an actual barber, hairstylist working on your hair. And then secondly, you gotta get a scissor cut. So you don't want to be using any kind of clippers or anything like that. And that with your hair grown out, that kind of allows your barber to leave length on and shape it to the, I guess, character of your choice, whether that's Cyclops or Leon or whoever. My hair it's like the worst possible state to be talking about my hair right now because it's insane bedhead mode. But scissor cut. Go to a barbershop, ask for a scissor cut. And just show them pictures. Honestly, like I don't really have a specific style or anything, but you just gotta straight up embrace the nerd side. Be like, hey, you know Cyclops from X-Men? You know Leon from Resident Evil? That's exactly what I did. I showed him pictures, and it was great. We ended up talking about my barber. It was my first time actually going to this new barber too. And I found out that he's super into like aquariums and fish tanks and getting like a bunch of fish and ecosystems all dialed in. And I got to talk about my content creation. It was great. So go to a barbershop, make a new friend with your barber, and get a scissor cut and embrace the nerd side. Don't be scared to show them pictures and inspiration, all that stuff. That's how you get a good haircut. And it's as simple as that. So, yeah. 3-step process for how to get the Cyclops and Leon cut. Go to a barbershop, ask for a scissor cut, show them pictures. That's all you gotta do. And you'll have a big old side bang that gets in your eyes all the time, just like I do. But I think that'll be all for this video. I'm gonna make my coffee now. Nothing really else to, yeah. Coffee. Breakfast is gonna be maple sausage, egg, hash brown, egg and egg white, hash brown, and whatever. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend.